Everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge here to preview some NFL action as we are going to be previewing the 2018 regular season and also the playoffs to determine who the Super Bowl winner is going to be for Super Bowl number 53. Okay, let's fucking go. Enough of the ridiculousness. Bam. Alright, so as you can see here, I listed all of the fucking results of each division, who I think is going to be in the standings. The numbers on the right-hand side are going to be numbers of games won. Pluses are going to be overs, minuses are going to be unders. And I'm going to explain to you, one by one, why. Alright? Well, maybe each division. Let's just go through each division, kind of give you a SparksNote version of what I think is going to happen in each division. Alright, so AFC North. Steelers, I think, dominate this division, no problem. Baltimore still I think they're still a couple seasons out before they really, truly do contend that area. And I say the same for Cleveland. If somehow, some fucking way, magically that Cleveland can get their shit together this season with a fucking 5+ winning fucking season, I think that's that's a step in the right direction for at least the Cleveland Browns. Jesus fuck, man. It's really depressing to watch the Cleveland Browns, so I'm hoping they do well for their fans' sake. And let's move on to the NFC North, which I think is going to be probably one of the heaviest and most competitive division in the NFL. I think the Green Bay Packers not necessarily dominate this division, but really do mark themselves as just top-notch quality. I think they will prove themselves with Aaron Rodgers coming back on the helm. I mean, remember last season, Brett Hundley was pretty much playing the game. Remember that whole debacle with Aaron Rodgers almost getting released because of an IR issue or something in the fucking CBA contract or some shit where Rodgers was about to get released by the Packers. It was some crazy ass shit, but I still see Minnesota grasping at that second spot in the AFC North or NFC North, my mistake. And I don't think Minnesota's going to get on that 13-win, fucking train like they did last season, but they'll still compete compared to, I think, Detroit and Chicago. And moving on to the AFC South, the AFC South. All right, fans of the AFC South, I have nothing against any of your fucking, cities, but this is possibly one of the most boring fucking divisions to pick from. I still say Houston and Indianapolis have a great shot at it. Houston has all these cats coming back. J.J. Watts, dude, I suck at names. Deshaun Watson, got a couple of good pieces in there, right, on defense too. I mean, not just J.J. Watt, and also on offense. So Houston should, by all means, they should do well. I think Jacksonville just, I don't give. This is the thing. People are going to say I don't give too much credibility to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I do. I do think they were fantastic on their run last season, but I think with the strength of schedule that's coming out now, and I think the harder opponents that they face in, this upcoming season, I think it's going to take a toll on them. I definitely think it's going to make them see that they're still a young group, and they might fall back a little bit. So we'll have to see and find out. NFC, South. I don't know why I put North on there like a jackass, but I can't read. I think the New Orleans Saints completely dominate this division. I think Drew Brees is coming in with a fire in his stomach and saying, fuck this. We are not getting Minnesota like fucking last season. Fuck that. I think Drew Brees is going to be able, with the arsenal that the Saints are providing him now, to get further. And I'll explain the playoff brackets what I mean by that. And when we move on to the AFC East, a very interesting division because obviously the Patriots are just going to fucking win it, right? If you're a Patriots fan, like, what are you really complaining about at this point? What do you really have to complain about? Oh, man, we didn't win the Super Bowl. You won 5 in 14 years. Stop it. Stop it. Some people have only won fucking one in their 32 years of existence. So, yeah, I don't really know what the fuck you people are complaining about. Really, I don't. And the one, I say the one surprise of the, if any team from the NFL is going to have a surprise season, I want to fucking say this right now. I think the New York Jets are going to make it into the playoffs. I think the New York Jets are kind of poised to turn shit around finally, right? They can't be that fucking bad for so fucking long, right? I mean, I feel like it's finally their time to turn things around. I'm on the Sam Darnold hype train right now. I'm already on that shit. That kid looks solid. You know, I know USC quarterbacks don't really have the best track record in terms of NFL plays and their time in the NFL, but I think Sam Darnold is going to be interesting, and I think the kind of philosophy. I feel like the management change, right? If I'm mistaken, please guys let me know. But if I'm not mistaken, there was a management change in the Jets, and I think there might be a culture change, and maybe that culture change can result in the Jets actually fucking doing well. And man, those Jets fans deserve it. All those fucking heartbreaks. Mark Sanchez, you know. Oh, okay. I'm getting PTSD and scared. Moving on to the NFC East, another interesting division, and this is tough. This was kind of tough because I think, despite how much hype is surrounding, you know, obviously the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys are still going to fall short to second place in this division. Do we even need to talk about the Eagles? I mean, Lord Wentz is going to be healthy again. I don't really need to say anything else. I mean, Lord Carson Wentz is going to be healthy as all hell, and he's going to just torch this league again. Well, maybe not as in a dominant fashion like last season, but I still have a feeling that he's going to come back from this injury and say, you know what, man, I'm still that guy, and still be able to produce out results. So it's going to be interesting to watch that NFC East because it's so stacked with talent. It is a very stacked fucking division. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And we finally move on to the AFC West, where again, I feel like on other years this might be competitive with the number of wins between each of the 4 teams, but I think it's a little bit watered down this season. I think it might be a little bit watered down. I still see the Oakland Raiders, aka the Vegas Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, okay? I see them still taking this division. I have no confidence in the Kansas City Chiefs, no matter how much upgrade they made on their quarterback. You still have the same head coach. Like, really? You think Andy Reid is your fucking solution? It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's not. It's been proven otherwise. And you know what? I know there are people who are going to say, why, if you're using that logic, why can't you use it on other fucking parts of your argument? Yeah, fuck you. Because seriously, dude, something about Andy Reid, I just have no confidence in a man who chokes games so intently and so methodically, and it's just mind-blowing how he fucks up games. And so let's talk about now to the NFC West, the last division we do have to discuss, where I see the San Francisco 49ers, as upsetting as it's to say, I see them taking the division. I absolutely see them taking the division. And I know there's going to be a lot of LA fans that are, you know, just griping away at the keyboard like, this fucking piece of shit, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, probably don't, but to be fair, I think with the ease of schedule for the 49ers, and add to the fact that Jimmy GQ, man, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy goddamn handsome motherfucker, Kiara Mia fucking Jimmy GQ Garoppolo is gonna torch the fucking league. I think he's gonna do what Wentz did last season and just go ham. And that's what I see for the regular season as of right now. And you know, once the seeding happens, you know, you have this shit. I don't want to fucking explain it, man. It's all in the writing. Can't you just read it? It's fucking easy. And so with the fucking, you know, seeding set, I want to kind of get you guys through what I think will happen in the playoffs. Shabam, here we go. You see that here? There we go. So green, guys, is going to be the home field advantage teams, whereas white, away teams, right? Very simple. And so if you take a look here, AFC, I had the Jets going into the fucking playoffs, going against Houston, where they will lose, and then the Houston Texans go against the Patriots, who will fuck so hard. It's kind of crazy if they don't. And from the other side of that AFC, conference, you're gonna have the Indianapolis Colts. I feel it's gonna come as a wild card, and the Oakland Raiders, home field advantage. I feel like they can win. They should win. And when they go against the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, I just genuinely see no hope for them. And I think we're going to have a great AFC conference final in the Patriots versus the Steelers. I still give the advantage to the Patriots just because Brady and Belichick know Mike Tomlin. They know the Steelers. They know how to fucking break that team down. And I have all the confidence in the world that they can beat them. Even though Steelers fans will fucking shit at me otherwise. I don't care. That's fine. But let's take a look at the NFC, because the NFC is also interesting. Minnesota, I have them coming in as a wild card, going against the 49ers, who I think will easily dispose of them, and Minnesota will be devastated. What a surprise. And 49ers going against the Saints, and the Saints, I think, will topple the NFC conference and go on to the NFC conference final. And on the other side of that bracket, you're going to have the LA Rams, who I think are going to be coming in as a wild card against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, I think, can easily dispose of them. I don't care which fucking quarterback they have at that point in the playoffs. They will still do something magical. And when they go against the Packers, however, I think Rodgers will come into his dominant form and just smack the shit out of Philly. And Philly, and here's the thing, if Philly doesn't make it past, that fucking divisional round, I think it's still a great it's a great mark for him moving forward. Because Wentz, if he wants to be the next best quarterback, he has to fail one big thing. And I think if he fails this, next 2-3 years, you're going to see the fucking Wentz dynasty. Heard it here first, folks. And so in the NFC conference final, I have the Saints going against the Packers, and the Saints beating out the Packers. Yes, I know it's a bit odd, mainly because I know the Saints personnel may have issues here and there, but something about when, and this is where I know I'm kind of inconsistent in where I put some of these arguments, or where I pinpoint arguments on with certain teams, but with the Green Bay Packers, man, I think ownership it's just a curious one, right? It's not a real owner. It's a public group shit. I don't know what else to call it. And when you don't have kind of a centralized figurehead or kind of that infrastructure, I don't think things go well. And the Packers don't really have this great history of maintaining their stars and being able to cultivate the most fucking success with them, right? And again, maybe I'm reading too much into this shit, but that's what I feel about it at the moment. And so I have the Saints going against the New England Patriots at Super Bowl 53, where, brace yourself, boys and girls. Yeah. Super Bowl 53, New England Patriots versus the New Orleans Saints. I know I didn't spell the Orlean in there properly because I'm a moron. But I think the New Orleans Saints win Super Bowl 53. Is there really any reason to explain it? I mean, I'm probably going to put my fucking money where my mouth is and place money on this shit. So that's the NFL for you, boys and girls. You hate that shit? You like that shit? Well, click in the links in the description below for more at the SCY Lounge. Comment and subscribe for more daily content. Now fuck off.